special feature, which it took me a while to find these. These I got from fineartstore.com. These are Henry Roche pastels. They are made in France. They've been around since 1720. There is 1,201 colors in their set. I think there's now 1,600 colors or 1,650 in their set, because I think his daughter, whoever took over the company, continues to make colors even to this day. Yes, Isabella Roche, and her commitment to continue the family tradition of making the finest quality handmade pastels, we offer her incredible range of pastels individually or in very distinctive sets. The price is extremely varied on the pigments and colors included in the set. In 1878, Henry Roche was a pharmacist that took the head of what becomes something called La Maison du Pastel, French. He developed regular contacts with Legros and Whistler in London, and those such as Degas and Charret, who submitted to him their desires regarding pastel, having a wide range of solid colors, varied, harmonious, luminous, and with an adherence to the support such that no fixative is needed. Eventually, Roche decided to abandon the sale of other artist materials in order to dedicate himself entirely to pastel, developing from roughly 100 color range to around 500 colors by 1887. At its height in 1970, the entire range of Roche pastels exceeded 1,800 colors. Today you will find an evolving and expanding collection of 1,580 colors divided into ranges of 9 gradations. Each range is composed of pure colors that are entirely gradated with black, white, or crossed with another color. Manufactured in small quantities, Roche pastels are individually hand-rolled into a form suitable for both bold and detailed work. With exceptionally light, fast pigments and a minimum of binder, the pastel possesses a particular texture that allows them to adhere well to a number of supports, as well as display a remarkable intensity of color and clarity. The selection includes sets of 9 full sticks in every color value. Example, green, blues, burnt violets, so many color families for $150 and up depending on the pigment. They offer half sticks and 3-piece sets, which are $30. 12-piece, $99 and over depending on the colors in the set. I'm going to put this down so I can read. 24 sets of $185 and 36-piece sets for $300. Full sticks are also available. We have 5-piece element sets, which are full stick sets in wood boxes that contain element colors, for instance, air, water, and fire, for $109. They also have a very popular 12 and 36-piece set in attractive cardboard boxes and 72-piece wood box set, ranging from $225 to $1,400. The complete set of all Henry Roches that arrives in 2 beautiful custom-made wood chests will cost you $17,550. The set of 648 wood chests set with the handmade wood chest with the drawers and stuff is $11,750. So that's a lot bigger in price than most things. I paid $100 for 10 half sticks. This is a landscape set, and I'm gonna pick a green. And what I want to show you about this pastel, even though I read you all that beautiful information that you have about the company now, about a pharmacist, pretty much made pastel pioneer. They're gritty. You hear that? But they're so pigmented. I did a review on these, which I'll link. And like, the more I kind of play with them, the more I get the how amazing they are. This is on the smooth light paper. Now, let's try it on the jar. You have so much control versus like a schminka, which is really buttery and soft, and you don't get as much control. Now let's try it on the sanded paper, which I'm going to have to do an alcohol wash on this, guys, and figure out how to make this paper a painting. Maybe we'll make a video on that. They're just pigment, but they're very gritty. They're kind of rough. And they're all consistently rough. So this is something to consider about Roche pastels. Would they work great in a painting? Yes, I think they would work great in any painting. I think they're beautiful. For the price, would I buy another set? Probably not. But if you're collecting them in small sets over time, if you would like a few Henry Roche pastels, you know, keep in mind, this is the pastel that was used by Degas. This is the pastel that was used by the artist that made Impressionism. Like, this is a very special thing to have, which is why I opted for this half-stick wood box set that I'm now dirtying with my pastel, review. Alright, so I really hope you are enjoying this series. Maybe next week we will move up to the board. If there's any more information that you guys would like to see in my videos, if I am not giving you enough information and enough of a demo, also keep in mind we will be doing real-time pastel painting demonstrations using a variety of sticks. So I hope you enjoyed this intensive informational workshop. I hope I didn't talk too fast for you. You know, when my website is finished and ready to go, I'm gonna have this entire chart with all this information ready for you to upload as a PDF. So I hope this gives you some insight into how these pastels behave, what they are, and you know, if you're confused about what pastel to get, yes, they're all kind of great pastels, but you got to think about the price points, you got to think about your subject, you got to think about what you want to do with them, if you want to layer them, if you want that soft, like a Schminke, or a Great American, or if you want something a little grittier and sturdier, like a Diane Townsend and a Giraud pastel, which have a little bit more of and unison, which have a little bit more ease of use to them than the soft pastel. So really, when it comes to choosing a pastel, I think going to Dakota Pastels and getting $55, you can get a light, a dark, a green, a blue. You can get a set, or you can call them and say, hey, can you curate me a set with all different colors so I can try them all out. You know, they all have a different personality, they all have a different quality, and this is why I wanted to show you it in light, dark, sanded, and unsanded paper. It's just, it really comes down to personal preference. Now here, look, this is a Great American. Look at how beautiful that softness is. You may not like that softness. You know, so you have to consider. And as we go through individual product reviews of sets that I've collected, like this set, you can find the review for on my site. You can find the review for Diane Townsend's. You can find a review, what else can you find a review for? I don't remember what I released yet, but you're going to find a review for Great Americans coming up pretty soon. You know, you could find the review for the Henry Roches individually. There's a bit of amazingness that comes into each stick, and you can really feel the love that was put into making these pastels for us to use in whatever subject we want to paint. But like I said while I was doing this review, some pastels are better for some subject than others. Like, for example, I would use a Giraud pastel in my portraiture, and that's just me. That's just my point. Okay. If you would prefer me to do the next set on my easel, please let me know. I wanted you to see how these pastels actually came down on different supports, sanded and unsanded, and how the colors, the pigments chosen, have a little bit of an effect on how the pastel behaves. So, like I said, I hope this video was informative. Please give me a like, a subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you got something out of this. The only reason why I did all this research and I'm doing this is for you to be less overwhelmed. Even though this is so much information, maybe it'll help you narrow down which pastels are in your price range, which pastels you want to use. If you're looking for a soft pastel, if you're looking for an ease of use pastel, if you're looking for a pastel with a little grit to it, you know, this is going to help you get to that decision. Okay. Okay, hey guys, this is the last part of the soft pastels before we move into the medium pastels. Now, I thought I had covered everything, but since we are going over like 17 brands, I did forget about 3 that I did want to show you that are at good price points. So the first one that I'm going to show you is the Jackson's Handmade house brand pastels. So this is the basic set of 14, which we will be reviewing. We will be reviewing this set along with a few other offerings that they have. They offer their sets in 14. Remember how we talked about how Blue Earth offered their sets in, does it like 12 sets of 28? They offer their sets in sets of 14. And a set of 14, if I can pull it up. Okay, sorry about that. I needed to pull up the information about the Jackson set. I didn't write the same type of thing I wrote for the other ones, but I'll read it to you. They are made with the finest materials. Jackson's Handmade soft pastels are of the highest professional quality. There are 200 rich and vivid colors in the full Jackson's Handmade soft pastel range, as well as a wide array of themed selections. Jackson's soft pastels are handmade, giving them an incredible softness and smooth, buttery consistency. Jackson's hand-rolled pastels are formed with the lightest of touches so as not to overcompress the pastel's ingredients. This gentle manufacturing process creates a pastel that deposits brighter and more saturated hues. The low binder to pigment ratio of Jackson's Handmade soft pastels allows for both subtle and bold mark making. The pastels glide smoothly onto paper. The excellent light fastness qualities of Jackson's soft pastels means that pastel paintings created with them will not deteriorate over time. The fluorescent colors are the exception. The fluorescent colors are not light fast. So this is the 14 set of basics, and you can get sets of 14 for $30. Now they broke their full set into sets of 10. So if you go on their website, you'll see Jackson's Handmade Soft Pastel 14 set 1, set 2, set 3, all the way up to set 10. So if you want to collect the sets, it's really easy. They also offer a box, which we're going to go over in a whole nother video, to hold all of their pastels. Now this is the first set of 10. This is the basics. This has all the colors that you would need like as a painter to create. So let's take, I decided to do the light cobalt blue, and I'm just gonna kind of break this a little, and I broke it right in the paper and a little bit came off, but it broke pretty nicely. Now I have my white, which I kind of dusted off a lot of the color, my white smooth, my dark Canson Mi-Teintes on the rough side, and then I have a piece of Uart sanded 400 paper like we did in the other videos. So they are buttery, they are smooth, they do remind me of the Schminkas a little. Let me pull this down. I have another box in front of me. That's why I'm packed here. I have 4 boxes. They are buttery. And look at that. So one pastel is like $2, like $2 and something cents. It depends on the pigment, but they're in the $2 to $3 range, which is amazing if you want to buy a single pastel. The sets of 14 for 30, that's a steal, guys, for handmade soft pastels. And like, look, I can lighten up my touch, and these are really great for glazing. So let me bring this down. So let me just take my lemon, and I'm going to glaze right over this as if I'm making grasses, and it does glaze perfectly. A little bit does get off there, which I do have my towel. It's a little wet, my towel. I accidentally spilled Gamsol everywhere, which I'm trying to clean. The studio is clean, don't worry, I'm okay, but I did spill Gamsol everywhere. So look at that. That's on the sanded paper. That's buttery smooth, and they feel, again, nice in the hand, which is something that I look for. I really need to be a little bit more careful because I have a few more pastels I want to show you. I don't want to have to stop and get more paper. So that's the Jacksons. So we went over the sets of 14 are about $30. They also offer sets of 3 colors for like $6. They only have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those sets. They have cool white set, a warm white set, a black and 2 whites, and a fluorescent set of 3. But mostly they sell them in sets of 14 and single pastels. I don't know if you can buy the full set. I don't see that option here. Oh yes, there is an option to buy the full set, and it is $438. 75 cents for all 200 colors. So that's the full set. That's the information on the Jacksons. Great pastel. Like the Jack Richardson Handmades, they are softer than them. They are creamy, they are buttery, they have a great pigment load, as you can see. This is just great. So I have a box of these, so we'll be going over that in another separate video dedicated fully to Jackson Soft Pastels. Okay, the next one that I really wanted to show you were the Blick pastels. The Blick, they're considered soft pastels, even though I consider them, from using them, a medium pastel. They are in the soft pastel category. So this is the Blick brand. I opted to just get a 20 half-stick set. It was very affordable. They're artist grade. They're a variety of rich, vibrant colors and soft use, ideal for all types of pastel painting and color sketching. Combined with the finest pigments. Ooh, sorry, my computer jumped there for a second. Combined with the finest pigments with a minimum amount of binder, artist soft pastels have a variety of texture that offers easy laydown and consistent coverage. They're great for blending, layering, and softening edges, all with minimal crumbling. They're also extremely light fast. So they come in half sticks and full stick sets. One stick will run you about $3.35. And they have a variety of sets ranging from $25 to $338. I think the $338 must be the full set that they offer. But they offer, yes, they offer a deluxe wood box set of 180 colors, and they offer it without the wood box, but it's for the same price, which is kind of strange to me. They're both $338.95. They have specific sets like landscape colors, portrait colors assorted, and they come in sets of 15, 30, 45, 90, 180, and the half stick sets come in 20, 40, 60, 120, and 140. So this assorted set of 20 was, let's see, $25. So that's pretty well. That's pretty good for what they are. So let's take out this nice purple that I have used a little bit. So this is a half stick. So the full stick is a pretty nice size. So let's try on the smooth. Lay down nicely. Blend. Let's see if I can get a yellow over this. And look, the yellow still shows up, which we didn't really do much glazing in the other video, so I'm not going to focus too much on that. But look at the texture that you can get just by lightly laying these down. Now let's try the sanded paper. Oh, the sanded paper picks these up wonderfully. Let's try lines. Get nice lines. And they feel harder in the hand than they do when they lay down. So budget pastel again. So great, another pastel, Blick's house brand. Absolutely wonderful value, good pastel. I would get these if I was just starting out and I didn't know where to go. Before I upgraded to something like a Terry Ludwig, a Unison, a Great American, something that costs more. These are very affordable, and they behave softer than a Rembrandt, so I was a little mistaken when I compared them to Rembrandts. They're softer and they're creamier, so I really enjoy these. Okay, last two. We're gonna go over two of the Mungyo Gallery, which is like Jerry's Artorama's house brand, kind of. They're from Korea. Now, I have a set that I want from Jerry's Artorama that is the Mungyo Extra Fine Soft Pastel, and they come in squares. They come in rounds like this. This is their softer one, and they also come in like a harder pastel. But we're gonna focus on the two really soft ones because, well, A, that's what I have, and that's what this part of the review is about. So So there's an assortment, if you look up on Jerry's Artorama, of the Mungyo Gallery. These are the extra fine, soft pastels. They come in hard pastels. They come in pastels that are a little bit harder, that are like a medium. And then down here, this beautiful set of 30 colors, I got on Amazon for like $30. Like, no, I think it was so cheap. And it's the handmade version of these, which are even softer. So for one pastel, I don't know if they sell them singularly. Singularly, is that a word? But they do sell them in different sets. They're very affordable. They have a try it set of a white of 2. So if you're running out of white, you need some white that are kind of soft. They're $2.69 for a pack of 2. They have a cardboard box set of 15, 30, 60, and 90, ranging from $153 all the way up to $273. Okay, so they have a lot of options here with the Mungyo Gallery brand, but we're going to focus on just the extra fine soft, which is kind of like their soft pastel, and their handmades, and that's what we're going to focus on because that's what I have. Now they do come in a hard and a medium pastel, but so this is what the pastel stick looks like on with the paper on. I'm going to grab one that's already broken just for ease of use and ease of showing you, and I'm going to show you how they go down. You know, they go down really smoothly. Look at that color. You can see that color even under all this dirt on the paper. And they're nice pastels. I won a set of 200 in a contest from Jerry's Artorama, and they weren't my favorite to begin with, but after using them for a while, like, I actually really enjoy them. Unfortunately, I don't see them coming in single sets, but they're popular with both amateur and experienced artists. Mungyo Gallery extra fine soft pastels are available in beautiful and convenient sets. These soft pastels are made from the finest pigments and calcium carbonate with a smooth, velvety texture, perfect for blending, gradation, overlays, and more. All the colors are highly light, fast, and fade resistant. Each set features a well-balanced selection of assorted colors for painting any subject. So that's pretty much it when it comes to those. They do not sell them, they do sell them single. So if you buy these single, they come in boxes of 6. You can't buy them like one. And the box of 6 is $10, but currently I'm seeing that they're on sale at Jerry's for $3.97. So that is a con of this brand, that you can't buy them. You can't buy them individually. You only have to buy them in sets or in packs of 6. Now, these are the round, extra fine soft pastels. They also have semi-hard pastels, and they have Gallery by Mungyo Artists soft pastels, which are square. I don't have those. I do have a friend who has them, and she's looking to upgrade her set. She doesn't like them, but these round ones, they're pretty cool. Now, it's a little hard to find information on them because of all of the stuff on Jerry's and how many different offerings they have of soft pastels, which is great that they have all these offerings for this affordable price, but it is a little confusing to do a full review on the information on them when it's hard to find them. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the handmades, the last one in the soft set. So I'm gonna take let's take this green, this vermilion green. So the handmades, I got this on Amazon. I didn't even get this off of Jerry's. So you can get them in sets. Let's read the little description. Now you can experience all the softness and brilliance and luxury of European-style hand-rolled pastels in these amazing value price sets from Mungyo. New Gallery handmade soft pastels are a sumptuous treat for any pastel artist and use only the finest pigments and kaolin clay. Now I'm pronouncing that wrong. Kaolin Kaolin clay. As they are individually hand rolled, less binder is needed to hold the color together, making for an exceptionally soft pastel, ideal for subtle blends, rich color laydown, and lush layering. Only superior pigments with the highest light fast rating are used, and all colors are rated AP non-toxic. Gallery handmade pastels even match perfectly with Mungyo's line of machine-made extra soft pastels, working together to create rich layers of softer, handmade over slightly harder, extra fine pastels. So they have sets that range, like I said, I got this for like $30 on Amazon. So it's like $70 on Jerry's site. I got them so cheap. They're pretty great. Now, can I tell that they're different than the other more expensive brands? Of course I can. One pastel, let's see if they sell them in singles. They sell them in boxes of 3. So again, you can't get these singles, which to me is a con. You have to buy a box of 3, which will either be $12.69, so about $13, or if it's on sale, you can get them for $6, which they're on sale right now. So that's the Handmades. And again, I got them on Amazon for like $30 just to test them out. And they feel buttery and creamy, and I guess it's that clay ingredient that makes them feel like a little bit harder. They do have like a distinct, let's use clean piece. They do have a distinct harder feel to them than like, let's say, a Schmincke, a Sennelier, or a Great American. Let's try them with sanded. The sanded paper does pick them up lovely, but again, I can feel the clay in them. That's not a bad thing. That's just something I'm noting about them. But they do fill the tooth of the paper. They are very, very soft. So again, on a budget, you can't upgrade yet to Great Americans or Terry Ludwig's or any of those like very well-known pastel brands. Perfect pastel to start your soft pastel journey, and I would practice with these because you do need some practice before you get into the soft pastel range because of how much pigment gets laid down on your paper. It does take a while to learn that light touch and how to use them to make layers and to not fill the tooth of your paper. Like, look, that's full. That is full right there. So this is the last 4 that we did. I have this huge box set, which I'm gonna do a review on. So I can't fit the box on the table. So these are the last 4 in the soft pastel category. So now we're going to move on to the medium pastels. So I will see you in the next video.